Hello, I'm going live and I just want to see, am I visible here? Maybe I'll be able to share it with my group as well. It says I'm going live. I'm doing this on my laptop. Hi Elaine, can you hear me? Okay, I'm using a different way of doing this just to see. Yes, so that's a yes. Yes. Okay. I was going to do this outside, but then the sun went in, and what was really funny was there's a few neighbors here around my office, and just when I was planning to go live, one of the neighbors across the way turned her radio on really loud and started singing, and oh, she can't really sing very well. So I guess this is the joys of everybody staying at home, is that everybody's like doing their thing at home, and maybe they would have been in work, maybe it would be quieter normally around. um but yeah, so it's really good to be here. It's really good to take time to connect in with you. The last time I went live, I was in my online healing sessions group, and I just felt, well, I love my group. My group is great, but I can reach more people when I'm here on the main page. And then I thought, well, I've got my new book, so planting the seeds. I got 10 copies in the post today. And this coronavirus thing, and we have to stay away. I would be running to my father and giving him a copy and embracing him and everything. And today I thought, I'll give him one anyway. And I wrote my name, I signed it in the car, and I put it through his letterbox. And I was feeling, I'll just share it with you, I was feeling really sad about that. But then I thought, I could let the sadness come in and take over. Or I could be really pleased that I'm doing the right thing by him, that my book does exist and it's here and it can wait for him, and the hugs can wait, and we have to do right by everybody around us. I thought, this will pass, and we have a choice how we frame it, how we hold it. And that's another reason why I wanted to come online, come to the live, because if some of you are struggling right now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I listened to another Facebook Live this morning. Somebody else was saying how you are the center of the universe, and if you think bad things happen, then they're going to show up for you all the time, and it's just showing you an aspect of you that thinks bad things are going to happen. I thought, well, that's a lot of responsibility on the individual. I thought, okay, so I thought, well, let's make it about me. So did I create coronavirus? Because that's basically what he's saying. He was saying that he created coronavirus, and so did I, and so did you, and because we believe this kind of thing is possible. And I think, well, hang on a minute. It brings up existential questions. And now I know which poem I'm going to read. It brings up existential questions of, well, who's in charge, and who's, and if I'm the center of the universe, which is what he said, then why would I do this to myself when my book is coming out and my birthday is this week and my daughter's birthday is this week, and I wouldn't do this to myself. So, okay, well, we are the center of our own universes. So, Elaine is the center of Elaine's universe. Vivian, hi Vivian, you're the center of Vivian's universe. I'm the center of my universe. My dad is the center of his universe. So when you start looking at it like that, then we get to choose what we put into our universes. Then that does give us some of our power back. And I think a lot of the problems that people are having at the moment is we're feeling completely powerless. We don't know what to do. We don't know who to listen to. We don't know what's true. We don't know what's, all these wonderful pictures of Venice with the dolphins, and then somebody says, but it's fake and you have to check everything. So I say, just take a step away. Take a step away, and then decide, well, even the people that you trust, the news sources that you trust, even they are floundering around a little bit. So when you pull yourself out and pull yourself back and become the center of your own universe, and you're choosing what you're putting into your universe. Do you want to listen to people moaning on the radio about all the things that are wrong with the world? And sometimes we do need to tap into that, but then we can choose to put on an opera. Or we could put pressure on ourselves because now we've got all this space. I'm a creative person. I should be writing. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. Look at it. No, or I can rest. Because maybe I need to rest. Maybe you guys need to rest. So please feel free to write comments in, and bringing up the existential questions. questions of our own existence. Okay, why are we here? Who made this anyway? This guy I listened to today, he's talking about that darkness doesn't exist. It's all light. Everything's energy. And that was interesting. That was worth listening to, because it made me feel that, yes, that the source of all things, let's say God, which he didn't come out and say God, source, creator, center of all things, where all the light is, and that darkness, to me, is the distance away from the light. And there's a lot of darkness, a lot of distance, a lot of fear coming out of this virus thing. I wouldn't call it a thing. It's well, what would you guys call it? It's an event. It's a pandemic. It's an event. And hiya, Judy. There's a lot of fear coming out of that, and we can go, okay, well, if I'm the center of my universe and that guy over there is making fear and his universe is full of fear, mine is over here, how much of that do I want to let into mine? It doesn't mean go and be stupid and decide that you are immune and that this virus doesn't exist for you. But what it does mean is that you're not filling yourself constantly with fear. And that's where people are going wrong. Oh, I must watch the news. Oh, I must look outside. Oh, I have to do this and I have to do that. And I can't even touch anything in my own house because I might get sick. So in my home, in my universe, this is something that we're going to get through. And by doing that, I start to activate my self-confidence. I start to re-empower myself and start to think more and go, okay, well, what can I learn from this? What observations can I make? How, so let's look at mob mentality for a moment and all the people who are buying all the toilet roll. And last night in Ireland, even though we've been told to stay home, people were queuing up for fish and chips. They were queuing up and somebody filmed it in the car as they drove past. And I swear to God, there was 150 people all squashed together, queuing up for fish and chips, thinking they're immune. So I'm protecting my father by staying home, and that's what I've decided to do. Signing the book and dropping it through his letterbox. It was hard, but I did it, and I'm happy with that. And we can text and we can Zoom, and my daughter plays guitar, and we did a Zoom conference where they played guitar together. It was a duet, and it was kind of fun. So does anybody who's here live, there's about 30 guys here live, if you want to say how you are. I say we got 5 comments here, but I'm not seeing any comments. I wonder, am I doing this wrong? This is kind of weird. I can see Judy, I can see your comment, I can see who's joining, but I can't see anybody else's comments, which is kind of strange. But I'm going to keep going and trust that I'm doing it right. Isn't that what we have to do? And going, okay, is this an act of faith? Is this the greatest act of faith we have ever done? This has come out of seemingly nowhere, blindsided the whole world. It's not in anybody's plan. Nobody planned, but then they say God laughs at us as we make plans. So I say, okay, well, take a step back. This is the time to recalibrate. I mean, I'm not here as a guru to tell you what to do. I'm here as a human being telling you what I'm experiencing. And I'm hoping that it might resonate for some of you, because I think I have some good ways of balancing and of empowering myself and pulling myself out of hype and craziness and centering and slowing down. So what I'm going to do is read you a poem from this book, which is right at the beginning. Actually, I'd love to just show you my dedication. This is the first time I've done this. I dedicate this book to the land of Ireland, and I just got a sense of love from Ireland that she felt that and she knew. So this book is a different book to anything I've ever written before, but it's taken me 20 years to write it, even more, because it's poetry, and these poems span years and years of my life. But I've also written prayers. And the Book of Healing Affirmations was meant to be a prayer book, but they weren't brave enough to do it. So I've got prayers in this. And I have short stories too, fairy tales, which are based, excuse me, I knew my throat was going to block up when I started reading. They're based on healing and my experiences in my healing sessions. Now I'm beginning to see some of your comments. Anne Elizabeth said, it's sunny here, I've been in the garden. Judy says, Kansas in the middle of nowhere, and we are all good here. And you know what, Judy, we thought, there's some places in Ireland that are in the middle of nowhere. We discovered yesterday every single county in Ireland has somebody who's sick with this virus. So who knows what the hell it is? Who knows? All we can do is be the center of our universes and do all the things that we feel are the right things for us. I hope that makes sense. This one is called Ignorance is Bliss. So I'm going to read this. It's an existential, can I say that? It's an existential poem. Ignorance is bliss. I have to get my proper poetry reading voice. I haven't done this before. Why do human beings write about the beginning of the world? This stubborn insistence that they have upon knowing how it was all made. And why do people try to even give God a name or fathom the depths from whence he came? What if everything was created a split second ago, exactly as it is right now, and you are the center of it with your memory intact? What if there was no in the beginning? Maybe it started at the end or in the middle. Be with the not knowing. And then you appreciate the now moment all the more. We are many stories, many lifetimes. We are all happening in different dimensions at the same time. And even in our complexity, there's no possibility that the human mind could put the puzzle together when we are but insects compared to the continent of a single piece made for the hands of another being who could accidentally squash us while reaching for the sugar as they drink their tea and read the paper in a shaft of sunlight on a Sunday morning. So there's something to think about. I don't know if you're going to get that, if you're going to enjoy these. Some of these are harsh and to the point. And yes, okay, ignorance is bliss. That was inspired by Men in Black, I must admit. Has anyone seen Men in Black? You know what really is a good time now that we're all stuck at home is to go back to the old good movies that we watched. Men in Black, where the universe is on Orion's belt in the marble on the necklace of the cat. That's funny. So Rita says, hi, Abby, you're a doty pet. You're Rita. You're not too hard yourself. Geraldine is feeling fear of the future, but I'm not living in the now. I'm okay where I am right now. Okay, well, look, you notice that. So I'm not living in the now, meaning, Geraldine, that you're all over the place, yeah? Which is why I'd like to do some breathing. Maybe this will help you right now. Let's do it now before I even go down to the other comments. What's the most solid thing that you can depend on right now? So, talking about my poem here, be with the not knowing, then appreciate the now moment all the more. If nothing existed outside of the room that you're in right now, what's the only thing that you are certain of? Is that your presence is here. Okay, maybe some of you, your presence isn't 100% here, but you have an option now. So bring your presence back into the room and say, okay, I'm going to anchor into something that makes me feel more solid, more stable. I dedicated this book to Ireland because she's held me so well, and sometimes I feel, oh no, I need something. I need to be held. Ireland holds me. What holds you? What holds you? Is it your country? Maybe not. Or maybe what you're doing when you visualize your country is you're looking at all of the layers and layers and layers and layers of politics and arguments and people and rubbish, and that's not the country. That's the humanity part. That's the craziness. Go deeper, go down. What about the land? The actual land of where you're born. The rocks and the stones. This is shamanism. This is connection. The rocks and the stone, the trees and the mountains. Don't they feel a lot more stable? I'm going for my morning walk and the flowers are still waking up and blossoming. They don't know what's going on. So go through the layers of hysteria. We have them in every single country right now. We have them here. Okay, maybe if you're on a desert island in the middle of nowhere and you're totally disconnected from everything, there's no layers of hysteria, but we're not. So visualize your anchor right now. Do it with me, an anchor, like a big magnet, or an anchor like something that would be on a ship. and feel it materializing, feel it coming in. The weight of this is psychic weight, your psychic weight. Okay, feel it in your stomach. That's where most of us hold our psychic weight. If you notice you're angry or you're grieving or you're heavy in yourself, it kind of lodges in the stomach. And then many people, many empaths in particular, go to food to ease the pressure of carrying that psychic weight. So imagine there's an anchor forming in you, you know, like the U shape is your hips and your root and coming up around your stomach, and just say, okay, I'm taking myself back. I'm taking my power back from that idiot on the news who's quoting something because he's looking for an argument. Taking my power back from this guy who told me I'd never be any good at anything. I'm taking my power back from this argument. I'm taking my power back from worrying about money. The whole world right now, nobody knows about money. We'll all survive this. Connecting into your inner knowing. Now, getting your anchor, solidifying your anchor. I'm feeling that you're pulling yourself like a magnet into the moment. So Geraldine, I hope that this is helping. But we're not grounded yet. We're just stabilizing. What would you call it? Balancing, centering. So as you're doing this, as you're visualizing, I'm going to come down through the other comments because I'm not finished working with this. Linda, this must be the reason I couldn't sleep. I got out of the bed to be on my phone. I'm going to like your comment right away. It's great to have you here. I hope you're still here. Okay, Napoli, Phyllis, John, Napoli, are you anywhere near Italy? Because my heart breaks for Italy. But, you know, I'm not here to comfort you. I'm here to help you comfort yourself. You know, because I'm very clear about self-care and energy. And by sending out a vibrant light, I hope that you will send out your vibrant light. But I will send you a hug right now. I'll send you an energetic hug. And I'm feeling that your anchors are solidifying, bringing it in. Solidify, solidify, solidify. Hello, Mairead. So lovely to see you here. Hello, Melissa from Boston. You're sick 10 days with a bug. I'm glad that it's being cheered up. And you know what will really cheer you up is a story or a fairy tale from my new book. But, you know, I have to plug the book. Cheryl, just started snowing. Wow. Okay, so I've got through all of the comments now up to now. Who's feeling their anchors are a bit stronger, more solid now? Feeling it coming in, and if you're on the replay and you're doing this while you're watching the replay, then just say so too, and I'll come by later and I'll say hello, because this is what's wonderful about things like Facebook, that we can just continue the conversation after the video stopped. Now, with your anchor getting more solid in you and all of your power coming back to you from all of the things that you've been leaking out, where are you going to anchor yourself? So, you know, like a ship will send the anchor down to the deep, deep sea. You can do that. You can send your anchor down to the deep, deep sea as well. So just get a feel, do I want to be anchored deep, deep down? Or is there a mountain that you love that can hold you? Or like me, do you have your heart in a country that you've got that connection with, like Ireland? You know, you could be in America and you could still ground in Ireland. Ireland doesn't mind. Okay. So visualize your anchor now starting to move down your legs. Getting bigger and bigger and heavier, moving down your legs, into your knees, and down from your knees, into your calves, and down from your calves, to your ankles and your feet, and now through the building where you are, through the ground, through the floor, and into the earth. So if let's say you're born in a different country to where you're living, you bring that anchor all the way through the earth, so through the rock and stone, through the layers, into the soft crust of the earth. And now my throat's getting clogged up again. So that means I'm clearing for some of you, and that's fine. That's my job. I love doing this, so just let it go. Let the relief come in, because I'm feeling that. Let the relief come in. You are held. You are held. Mother Earth knew this was going to happen. We didn't know. Okay, we didn't know, but she did. She did, and she's up for this. So bringing in the heart energy, bringing down that anchor, and now orienting the anchor so that you can move it into some place that feels safe. Because when you are the center of your universe and you don't feel safe, nothing feels safe, right? So at least I got something out of that guy. This guy that I saw this morning, he took 5 ayahuasca journeys to find his answers. And I'm thinking, you know, if you have to get out of the way to that degree to bring us back what you've discovered. I don't even know how clean your information is, but anyway. So bringing down your anchor into the center of the earth. See how I distract you all while I'm doing the energy work on you? It's really cool. And now feel like your anchor's opening up. And it could be like one of those grappling hooks that's really getting stuck in. So it's stuck in a rock, or it's stuck in a crystal, or it's way down the bottom of the sea and it's really stuck. And now I want you to let go of your attachment to it. So your energetic attachment will remain, but your mind, just bring your focus of your mind back up and into your body now. And breathe and soften and allow yourself to feel more solid and know that you are held. So we'll say that all together. I am here, I am held, I am safe. So say it out loud, and you can place your feet flat on the ground and let go. Bring yourself into the present moment. I'm here, I am held, I am safe. I would do it again, because we move very quickly. I'm here, I am held, I am safe. I am the center of my own universe. Then take a deep breath. Open up, soften and relax, and remember how big you are energetically. You are big, and all of this fear is chipping away and shrink. And then you get lost, and then you're floating in this crazy world, and open like a fan. So if you're just joining me now, what we've done is we've created an anchor inside, energy anchor inside of us, bringing our energy back into our centers, dropping it down into the middle of planet Earth, and it's opening up, or into a beautiful space under the sea, or into a mountain, or into the heart of a country that you love, and it opens, and then you can open. So let's just breathe together, because that's really what I wanted us to do. And isn't it interesting, isn't it so interesting that this virus affects us, how we breathe? And our breathing is how we open, how we bring our presence in the world. Our breathing is our awakening. Our breathing, the breath, is how we bring healing in. And this virus stops us from breathing. It clutters up our lungs. So let's just imagine our vibrations are raising now, and that the vibration of the virus is low. It's a low vibrational, angry virus. It's low vibration. And we're lifting, and we're rising, and we are here, and we are safe. Doesn't that feel better? We are here, and we are safe. We're here, we are safe. And again, with the existential questions, and is it a test of faith? And here we are all spiritual, but we're freaking out as human beings now, as we're here, and we're safe, and we're anchored, and we open, expand our energies, and remember that we are connected to the light. So, as a Facebook Live, I don't know what your backgrounds are, everyone who's watching, but maybe you can connect in your own way to a source of healing right now that you are more susceptible to be able to receive that. I have a great mantra or affirmation that I use, which is, I'm open to receive the highest vibration of healing energy that I can hold today. So if you like the sound of that, you can say it with me. I'll say it again. You can see my hair. You can fix my hair. Leave it alone. Okay. We'll say it again now. So we're center of our universe coming in. I am open to receive the highest vibration of healing energy that I can hold today. I'm breathing it in. And as you breathe out, you soften and expand again. And stabilize. Do you see how it's stabilizing? I am open to receive the highest vibration of healing energy that I can hold today. And now feel it, allow it coming in through the top of your head. Breathe it in. Open the chest. Breathe. Expand your energies. I'm here, I'm safe. Doesn't this help? Doesn't this help? And you see there's a few more comments down here, people joining. It's great to see you all. So we're going to breathe again, breathing in the healing, all the way through your body, through your chest, opening, shoulders softening, coming in. I'm here, I'm safe. And knowing you are here in this moment, I am here in this moment, whatever this moment might be. And that we get to choose what we put in our universes. Okay? So, yes, if we believe there are people out there who act like mobs, then we're going to have that somewhere in our universe. But it doesn't need to be in our living room. Opening and saying, in my space today, I invite calmness, love, peace. What else? What would you want to invite into yours? Write it there in the comments. What are you inviting into your universe today? Stabilize, balance, grounding, centering, rationality. Yeah, rationality. Well, we push the hysteria away, we push the fear out, because when we raise our vibration, all of those things that are lower vibration, we've lifted off like the balloon that goes up. It's below us and we're lifting above it. We're lifting above it, and the virus is way down there. Okay, but that's at the energetic level, and I do want to stress that at the physical level, we have physical bodies, and we're all susceptible in the physical layers, but spiritually we can be above, we can be higher vibrational. This is just what I believe. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I can't believe we've already been live for 26 minutes. That was a good exercise. Or anything that I can help anybody else with, please do add it in the comments. And I'd like to read a little bit of one of my stories from the book as well, a fairy tale. I'm trying to think which one will I do. Some of them are quite long, so I don't know. I might read part of one today and then finish it off another time. Or maybe I could just get you so intrigued you're going to have to buy the book to read it. Nobody's saying anything. Did I wipe you out with that? Suzanne Boiler, can you repeat? Yes. Okay. And I have this on my Instagram, and I have this as a mantra, and it's written also somewhere on my energy healing page. I shared it last week. So I can share it again. Okay. So first, but it's really important, you have to be centered. You have to be in your body. So take a minute to do that again. Check your anchor. And maybe you want to just let out. You know how you let out more fishing line to just give yourself. You let out more line between you and your anchor as you get bigger and brighter and open. And you go, okay, please let me connect, or I am ready to receive the highest vibration of healing energy that I can hold today. Yeah? I am ready to receive the highest vibration of healing energy that I can hold today. And then you just breathe it in. I find it helps if you say it a few times. I'm ready to receive the highest vibration that I can hold today, because you change every day. So I hope that helps. Geraldine, thank you. And you're feeling much more grounded. I'm delighted. And Rita says it was lovely. So, okay, well, I'm hoping that you're all feeling a little better. And I'm going to read a little bit from one of my stories of planting the seeds. So, I just let the book decide. Oh my gosh, this is not the one I expected to read. This is called Francois et Papa, set in France, would you believe? Okay, well, it looks like the book wants me to read this one. So I'll read a little bit about this, and maybe we'll read some more then another day, because this one's quite long. Francois et Papa. The room was usually cold, but she never noticed the cold. Strong stock, Grandmama said. She used to pull on Grandmama's skirts. Her Grandmama would reach down her two hands and lift her up, carry her to the rocking chair, and settle her amongst her large thighs, and sing her songs of forests, magical nights in the moon. Again, again, Francois would shout with glee as her grandmother rocked her back and forth and sang. She'd snuggle down into the warmth of the big woman's lap. Francoise would find her thumb moving towards her lips. She would close her eyes, letting it into her mouth, and then slowly sucking, the comfort seeping into her bones, listening to Grandmama's voice, knowing that Papa would be home soon. All was well and she was at peace. Maybe that's why I need to read this, because we can't do this as grown-ups. We don't have our grandmama to hold us, and we certainly won't be snuggling down and sucking our thumbs. Anyway, Francoise never knew her mother. She died during childbirth. There was just the one photograph. She was beautiful. Her mother was from Poland. She left her family to be with her father, so there was just Françoise, her father, and her father's mother, Grandmama. Françoise and her father lived in a ground floor of a big drafty house. It was a fine house once, filled with fine things. You could almost still hear the laughter from the parties that were held there night after night. Dukes and duchesses, princes and princesses visited, but now the paint was peeling off and the carpets were threadbare and only echoes of grandeur remained. Grandmama inherited this house from her parents. She lived upstairs and a lodger lived on the third floor. Papa and Françoise shared a large downstairs room. It had old pine floorboards. Some of them were creaky, a few of them were broken, some were worn shiny from Françoise dancing. There was a large bright window facing the street, a fireplace, a double bed, a kitchenette, and a piano. So you can see this is very different to the type of stuff I was writing before, yeah? Françoise and her father were very close. Soulmates, Grandmama said with a cluck in her throat and her eyes up to heaven. Françoise didn't understand what she meant, but knew that somehow it was important. It was more special than just being Dada and Baba. Papa was her everything. When she looked at him, it was as if the stars shone out of her eyes. Her whole face lit up when he came into the room. Papa, Papa, she would shout and run to him and cling onto his leg. My little limpet, he called her. Oh, those were happy days. He would play the piano, Françoise would put on a dancing show, and Grandmama would clap her hands, throw her head back and laugh. So there's lots going on in this book. I've left the link up above. And I want to do more. We're going to have a launch party maybe in a day or two. And I've got an online group healing session coming up on Wednesday. And I'll post up about that too. So I want to just check in with you guys again and see how you are. Yes, that particular story, Françoise and Papa. I have clients who come to me who have very strong relationships with particular people in their life that are stronger than, let's say, a normal relationship would be with anybody else. I'll give you an example. Somebody came whose father had died and it had been 5 years. And she was still heartbroken. And even her mother was like, why aren't you over this death yet? And she's like, why haven't I over this death yet? And I don't understand. You know, yes, he's my father and yes, I loved him, but I'm devastated and I'm broken. And to understand that some people have soul connections that are different than other relationships. To have that appreciation that we are more than what meets the eye, that the people in your life are not necessarily just your mother or just your father or just your brother. They could have been your mother or your father lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. And so everything in this book is learning. You know, I say here, poetry is designed to activate and awaken, to stimulate your heart and open your mind. There's healing here if you want it, and there is. I mean, some of this might waken up some of your ideas, and it's like, oh, now I understand. You know, some of this will activate things in you. You can see the amazing illustrations. I've put energy codes into this that will float around in your energy field and plant the seeds when they kind of wake up for you and you go, oh, now I understand. And there's things there that might help you string some of your ideas together, because I'm not here to make, to teach you magic. This is why I'm writing like this now. I can't teach you magic. You already have that magic. It needs to be woken up inside of you. You are the seed, and it's about stimulating, activating, and getting excited about life again. And how can we get excited about life when it's filled with fear? Well, do you know what? I've looked back on many, many things that I've written, and the world is always chaotic, and there's always something to be afraid of. So my parting words here, I'm going to look down through some of these comments, but I'm just going to say, you are the center of your universe. We're all going through this together, but you can choose what you want to surround yourself with. You can, up to a point, and we do need to be informed, but we don't need to be informed every 5 minutes. We don't need to be checking all the time. Melissa, you love this story. My mama used to read forest stories to me while waiting for Papa to come home. The forest is part of my soul. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I mean, it goes on. There's a lot in that particular story. That's why I was so surprised that it was the one that opened. But the scene of her on her grandmother's lap being held, sucking her thumb and feeling that, that's what we all need right now. If we had someone to do that for us, then we wouldn't be feeling like this. So that's my sense, is why it opened to that page. So look, I'm here. Keep writing in the comments. I'll check in later on, and I'll do another live in a couple of days. I think it's very useful to remember to breathe. That's why I just said let's breathe together, because we can, and we will get through this, and we'll do all the right things, and we have each other. And we do have each other, and the world will never be the same again. And I'm hoping that it means that people will be nicer to each other, and people will appreciate people more. I mean, isn't it just wonderful how suddenly the people who work in the stores, and the people that pick up the garbage, and the doctors and the nurses are getting all of this appreciation now, and because they're the people that are out there in the front line right now. So then so changing how we prioritize is a fabulous gift, and I hope that sticks. And I'll talk to you again. Okay, bye.